All right, everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah, always a pleasure.
You know when you bite into something and it's just like
Uh-huh.
the textures just like work perfectly together?
Right.
Today we're talking about fried polenta.
Ooh, fried polenta,
It's got
yes.
that perfect like crispy outside and then it's just so soft and creamy inside.
Absolutely. And, it can be a starter, it can be a side dish, it can be a snack.
I mean, you can really do anything with it.
Exactly. And the best part is the ingredients are so simple.
Let's start there. What do we need to actually make this happen?
Okay, so first off, you'll need about 2 cups of water or vegetable broth,
Okay.
and then you'll add 2 cups of milk and a cup of coarse cornmeal.
So we're already getting that like creamy base.
Yeah, exactly. And, that coarse cornmeal is really important.
Why is that?
Well, it hydrates slower than finer cornmeal, so it actually helps to create that really smooth texture that we're looking for.
Okay, I see.
Now, of course, you'll want to season it up with some salt and pepper, and then a little bit of butter for that richness.
Oh, and a little bit of Parmesan cheese.
Oh, yeah, a little Parmesan at the end.
Always a good idea.
Yeah, the Parmesan not only adds flavor, but it also adds a little bit of fat and protein, which actually can change the texture a little bit.
Oh, interesting.
And then you'll need some plain flour.
Okay, why the flour?
That's what's going to give us that crispy crust.
Oh, right, of course.
So pretty straightforward ingredients, right?
Yeah, I mean, nothing too crazy here.
Exactly. It shows you that you don't need a million fancy ingredients to make something amazing.
So we've got our ingredients laid out.
Uh-huh.
What's the first step?
First things first, we got to cook that polenta.
Okay, so walk me through it.
You're going to start by bringing your liquid,
Okay,
the water or broth, and the milk
got it.
to a boil, a nice rolling boil.
Okay.
And then this is important. You're going to slowly whisk in your cornmeal.
Slowly being the key word.
Yes, slowly, because if you dump it all in at once, it's going to clump up.
Right, that makes sense.
You want each little granule of cornmeal to absorb the liquid individually.
So we're just whisking, whisking, whisking.
Exactly, and as you whisk, you'll feel the mixture starting to thicken.
It's so cool how that happens.
It goes from this watery liquid to this beautiful, creamy, almost like porridge consistency.
You just keep stirring until it pulls away from the sides of the pot.
Exactly, and that constant stirring does more than just prevent lumps.
Oh, really?
It also helps release the starches in the cornmeal, and those starches are what's going to give us that smooth texture.
That's pretty cool.
And once it's nice and thick, you're going to stir in your butter and your Parmesan cheese if you're using it.
Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff.
It's all about that richness.
So we've got this beautiful creamy polenta.
Mm-hmm.
What's next?
Now comes the hard part, patience.
Oh, no. What do we have to do?
We got to chill it.
For how long?
At least 2 hours, but ideally overnight.
Okay, so this is like a make-ahead kind of situation.
Exactly. And that chilling time is crucial because it allows the polenta to fully set.
So it's not just like mushy when we try to fry it.
Exactly. As it cools, the starches kind of realign and crystallize. And that gives it the structure we need.
Oh, I see. So it can actually hold its shape.
Right. And then once it's completely cold and firm, you can get creative and cut it into shapes.
Okay, like what kind of shapes are we talking about?
Well, you could do classic polenta fries.
Oh, yeah.
Or you could do squares or circles, or even get fancy with some cookie cutters.
I like that.
It's your chance to personalize it.
And do different shapes cook differently?
Yeah. Actually, thinner pieces tend to crisp up more because they have more surface area exposed to the heat.
Okay, so it's like a surface area to volume ratio kind of thing.
Exactly.
So we've got our polenta chilled and we've got it shaped.
Uh-huh.
Now comes the crispy part.
Yes, the moment we've all been waiting for.
How do we do it?
You're going to take your chilled polenta shapes and dredge them in that plain flour.
Just a light coating.
Yep, you don't want to overdo it, just a nice even coating.
Okay, and then what?
Then it's frying time.
All right, let's heat up that oil.
Yeah, you want enough oil to come about halfway up the sides of your polenta pieces.
And how do we know when it's hot enough?
It'll shimmer a bit when it's ready.
Okay, shimmering oil. Got
And
it.
then you carefully place your polenta pieces in the hot oil.
But not all at once.
No, don't overcrowd the pan.
Why is that?
Because if you put too many in the oil, temperature will drop, and then they'll end up soggy.
Oh, so we want to keep that oil nice and hot.
Exactly, that way they'll crisp up quickly and evenly.
And we just let them fry until they're golden brown.
Yep, and you want to turn them gently as needed so they cook on all sides.
Okay, and once they're looking all crispy and delicious.
You take them out and let them drain on some paper towels.
That's an important step.
Absolutely. It helps get rid of any excess oil and keeps them nice and crispy.
So we've got our crispy fried polenta.
We made it.
Time to eat.
Yes, the best part.
What are we dipping these in?
Well, a classic marinara sauce is always a winner.
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
That tangy tomato flavor goes perfectly with the rich polenta.
Or if we're feeling fancy.
If you're feeling fancy, you could whip up a homemade aioli.
Ooh, aioli. I like the way you think.
A little garlic, a little lemon.
So good.
It cuts through the richness of the polenta and brightens up the flavors.
And of course, we can always add a little extra Parmesan.
Always.
This is making me hungry just talking about it.
I know, right?
So there you have it, folks. Fried polenta.
A culinary masterpiece.
Crispy on the outside, creamy on the inside.
And so simple to make.
Seriously, it's like the perfect party snack or side dish.
And it's a great example of how a few simple techniques can really elevate basic ingredients.
Now, if you want to get the full recipe with all the details and measurements, head over to our website.
That's www.eateveryslice.com.
We've got all sorts of delicious recipes and food ideas over there.
And we'd love to hear from you.
Yes, let us know if you try out this fried polenta recipe.
Share your photos, share your feedback. We want to see your culinary creations.
You can find us on all the usual social media platforms.
We love connecting with fellow food lovers.
So that's it for this deep dive into the world of fried polenta.
Until next time.
Keep it crispy and delicious.